Hello, everyone. It's Michael Jacob with Unleashing Intuition Secrets. We have the first American Pope. Wow. Very, very interesting because no one saw that coming. No one, even the expert, Leo XIV. So we'll probably have Leo on again soon to talk about that. Of course, we're going to have the great and wonderful Juan XIV that's going to come on. We'll probably have them on both of them on this platform together. I don't know. They've done shows together. We've had Leo, Juan XIV, and who else do we have? We've had a lot of them. So roundtables. We have lots of roundtables. Juan is usually he comes on and talks himself, but he likes it when he comes on with some of these other people. But we'll see. We'll see. It's tough getting these guys, together, do the same show together, but because Juan has a different mindset, but he really loves Leo XIV's work. And I think they'd probably like to do a show together because they did one before together. So that'll be interesting. I hope that we can line that up. But, regardless, we're going to have both of those guys on at some point. With Juan, we'll have him on in a couple days. Leo, we'll see. I guess Leo was wrong about the Pope prediction. He said either a black Pope or a Filipino. So yeah, I mean things are very different now. So now my take on this, because I was taken by surprise, like many, is that what happened is they saw how far things are going against the globalist empire. The globalist empire is starting to collapse. So they have to adjust and stay relevant. So to stay relevant, they're bringing in a centrist. So I believe that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing a centrist Pope so that they can stay relevant. He is definitely not a Jesuit, right? He's Augustinian, Saint Augustine. So that should be very interesting. Is he woke? Because you know what the deal is. You go woke, you go broke. And I don't know. We'll see. We haven't really seen that much of him yet. Now he's very pro immigration, and he's pro a lot of other things. But there remains to be seen exactly what the plan is. And yeah, it's all part of the plan. The fall of the Vatican. He might be a white hat actor. Yes. So everything is open to me right now. I just had a great guest on, and we were talking about the school system and a book series, Britfield book series, really great show. I highly recommend you look at it. It's probably going to be far more effective and have more views in the movie industry than a lot of stuff that's out there. And I think that if we look at the things that are basically falling apart, and you look at the book industry, the music industry, Hollywood, and so forth, they don't appeal to most people of the world. Most people are family oriented. They want to be family oriented. And they don't want some of the stuff that's out there. And this Britfield book series, I believe, is definitely going to take us in that direction. I've read a lot of those books. Not a lot of them. I've read the first one like in a day. And then the second one, I'm working on the second one. But I'm looking forward to the movie series. Because Harry Potter and all that stuff, that's dark. It's dark stuff. Flying around in a broom and, hocus pocus with the wands and stuff like that. That's not something that everybody has access to. But with the Britfield series, you're going to see basically it's stirring the creativity and all that stuff. It's going to be great. So that's what we want. Leo wants open borders. Yes. I think Leo is very Leo the 14th. Is it the 14th? Yeah, it's Leo the 14th. So Leo, obviously the lion, and that's God. So, or Jesus, however you want to look at that. So I believe that, we may see centrist in some areas, and then in some areas the popes seem to be about open borders. Pope Francis, a Jesuit, and we know from Leo XIV the Jesuits run the world. They're the globalist. So if the Jesuits are saying that we want open borders, that's what the next pope is going to say right away. I don't know. We'll see. But he does seem to be wanting the open borders. He talked about that. But let's look at a little video real quick. People, they love a hero. They want somebody they can, adore and love. And this seems to be what we're seeing here. All right, so he's right at the cusp. So if you're 70, you don't get to play Pope. If you're 69, you're right on the cusp. He's 69, and he looks pretty spry for a 69-year-old. Now, his old life is gone. He is now going to be front and center in the Catholic Church, and he's going to be all over the place. He's going to be traveling all over the world. Usually, when the popes first come in, they do a round the world tour. We'll see how that works out for him, if it wears him down. It seems to have worn down a lot of popes over the years. All the travel, all the adoration. You don't have your own life anymore. It's got to wear on you. So we'll see. So, John, you think Leo is 7 times more eviler than Francis? I guess we'll see. We'll see. So I don't know. Leo, 7 times more evilier, right? So, a lot of people are going to have different opinions, and that's something that we all need to have this discussion. We'll send him JD Vance, and he'll pass on. That's right, because I guess he had a little falling out with JD Vance's comment. Let me see if I can find that. Saw that in a quote. So right here it says JD Vance is wrong. Jesus doesn't ask us to rank our love for others. So JD Vance was saying pretty much, he was saying Vice President suggested that it is more Christian to prioritize your family over a stranger, being someone that's illegally immigrated into the United States. So this could be a little wokeism going on there by Robert Prevost, now the Pope. I don't know. So we have to look through some of the stuff. There's not a lot of stuff on him yet, but is he more evilier than Francis? I don't know. That looks like a face only a mother could love, but it doesn't seem imposing to me. But that's the way these things work sometimes. We'll obviously we're going to have the experts weigh in on this. My weigh in on this, like I'm saying, is that the globalists are losing massively, and they have to have someone that is. I mean, look, he's from America. He's from Chicago. Of course, Chicago mob was involved in killing JFK. Is he part of that group? And you're like, well, according to Leo, the Jesuits control all the mafia in the whole world, all of them. Because I was like, Leo, I always thought the Khazarian mafia was like the strongest one, and he's like, oh no, Michael, Jesuits, much more powerful. And I was like, oh, good, and I agree with him from his information. He's quite amazing in a lot of things. Everyone's getting stuff wrong right now, guys, because we're looking at an AI world. Artificial intelligence is running the world, right? So I was just having a discussion about that because I usually can call the stock market to a T because I use logic and intuition, and I've been crushing the stock market, but I have not been successful in calculating or predicting the way the stock market has been going. So we know that AI is coming in and it's interjecting itself in a lot of different areas. So we have to we have to change our way of thinking, I believe. And who is making that AI? Who creates the AI? Because the AI exists because someone created it, gave it its foundation, gave it its realm, where it searches, what its function is, and so forth. So if you have baddies creating the AI, then of course it's going to do baddie. Right? It's going to do bad stuff. It's going to be evilier, right? And if you create goodly, someone that's good is creating, you're going to have goodlier, right? So that's the way things work. I'm playing with words. I know we all play with words, but I can throw out big words too. So some of you guys get pissed because I do silly, and you think that I'm like insulting your intelligence. No, I'm just having fun here, guys. All right. So let's look at a little bit more. I'm gonna breeze through a lot of social media sites. So let's go over to Breitbart. Breitbart seems to be very happy with the Pope, the Poper, and I don't want to insult anybody, but we're going to have a little fun. All right, so the Pope, is he the most powerful person in the world? A lot of people say no, and then some people say yes. So it is from your own particular point of view. So Breitbart, first American Pope, asterisk, Robert Francis Prevost, name Leo XIV. Details, meet new leader, Catholic Church from Chicago. And I guess he lived down, Trump congratulates. Very good. Trump is Catholic. He's, what is Trump? He's, what's that? He's not Irish. He's, like I should know this, but he's from the old world, and his family is Scottish. I should know that because I have a lot of Scottish in my DNA as well. So mostly Scottish, as you would think that I would remember that. But anyway, so Trump is very Scottish. He has a Scottish golf course, of course, and that's going to be very important, I think, going forward. His relationship with the Pope. So if this Pope does not like if this Pope is all for illegal immigration and no borders, then that's going to not sit well with President Trump, and he's not going to like pushing on the American people, because American people have spoken, and we don't like, as a whole, we don't like all these people coming over and taking over our welfare systems and so forth, because we need Americans to benefit from that, and we have illegal aliens benefiting from that, stealing a lot of our tax money and so forth. That does not sit well with Americans, as it shouldn't sit with anyone anywhere in the world. But yet in Europe, they're pushing illegal immigration all across Europe, the European Union, and a lot of people are pushing back on it. So if we have a Pope that's their agenda, the Popesters are pushing that agenda. Is that going to make us think that this new Pope is just as globalist as the last one? That remains to be seen. So no need for a Pope ever. I agree. There was never. You're absolutely accurate. There was never a need for a Pope. All of us can make connection with God, but as you saw, there's a lot of people that still believe and need, I guess, somebody outside themselves that can help them connect with God. So there was lots of adoration there in the Vatican Square. So we'll see. The Italians, that goes way back. That's where the Popesters originated, right? And the Italians, they've been doing it for centuries now. So I don't know. I don't think they're going to change overnight. But people are going to love the Pope. They're going to hate him. It's just one of those things. Probably a lot more people are not, let's say, not hate, but not so favorable towards the Pope and the Catholic Church, especially because of some things that have happened to children. All right. And we'll leave it at that. And yes, and I see you guys making comments about that. So, the Vatican mafia, he hasn't really been there, although he speaks Italian and Spanish, and of course, English. But there's no issues, I think, with his background, his teaching. You probably look at the stuff he's been involved in. It's probably been, on the most part, good. And then they get their marching orders, guys. So I believe he was picked to begin with before they even went into the conclave, and they get the secret messages. Some of them, just enough of them that they could trust, and those guys are the ones that voted for him. So out of the blue, this guy comes through. It's just, I don't think it's normal. So I'm not beating up Leo Zagami for not getting that, because like I said, everything is so much different because the deep state globalist empire is crumbling, and they have to like really, really almost go AI on everything now. So lots of interesting things here. Let's see. Most favored nation will make Americans dependent on Chinese medicine. So let's look at that. What? Right. Joe Biden promised he would cure cancer and lower drug prices. He didn't do that either. His signature bill, Inflation Reduction Act, increased drug prices and made it harder to cure cancer with regulations like the disastrous pill penalty, which President Trump recently said in an executive order that he's going to work with Congress to fix. But Biden didn't stop there. Working in concert with extreme liberals like Bernie Sanders and Nancy Pelosi, endorsed importing Europe's disastrous drug price controls through international reference. So obviously, this is globalism right here, guys, that we're talking about. And the last administration was heavily in favor of globalism, massively in favor. And if they had continued, they would have destroyed America and the world. In another 4 years, there was no turning back. Now, we're having a lot of people that are speaking out and saying they wanted to see things happen faster. I think things are moving at a pace that is like light speed, but most people like want what they want. They want it now, right? They said, this is what we want. We want it now. And it's not really working out that way. So 12-foot statue of plus size black woman installed in Times Square, right? So is that forever, or is that just momentary, right? Social media is abuzz after a statue of what has been described as a plus size black woman has graced Times Square in New York City. The 12-foot bronze statue is titled "Grounded in the Stars," and its meaning is left up to interpretation, right? Indeed. Oh, so there it is. Grounded in the Stars, a groundbreaking 12-foot bronze statue by Thomas Price now stands in Times Square until June. Okay, there we go. Until June 17, 2025. This piece challenges traditional public monuments, celebrating diversity, inviting everyone to interact. I don't see a problem with that. Art is art. You can look at whatever you want to and find something positive. It looks great to me. Who doesn't like a sassy black woman? I love sassy black women. I've dealt with them many times, and you don't get in their way, right? So, and then you have, of course, the nude David by Michelangelo. Michelangelo, or is that Leonardo? Did Leonardo do? I think no, it was Michelangelo did the David. Obviously, Michelangelo liked men, right? So it's you look at what you want, and you get art from whatever you get art from, guys. And this is fun. I like this. It's just changing patterns. If you want the David, go see David. And where is that? In Florence? I think it's in Florence. So I haven't been there yet, but some point in my life, hopefully I get to go see it. Art is art, and art is, I agree with you, art on the lake. That works out pretty good. Oh, wrong one. So I click on one, and then you guys are like feeding so fast. So art on the lake, art is art. I absolutely agree. And so if we're looking at something, we see that as beautiful. Like I've seen houses that I thought were fantastic, and they were very colorful. You go to some cities that are on the coastline. Charleston, South Carolina has a row of houses that are like pastel. And there's a pink and there's a light blue and some other colors. And so I think it's pretty cool. But other people wouldn't dare have a pink house. I wouldn't have a pink house, to tell you the truth. But it looks nice. I think somebody else's house looks nice. It's art to me, but it's not art. It's art for me and maybe for thee. But for me, I wouldn't actually have it on my house. But it's cool to see. And I think that statue of the black woman is cool to see. I like it. All right. So is it fuego? Fuego. It's hot. Yeah. I think she's hot. Let's go. Let's go with it. So why not? And I hope we get to see who was the model. And we get the model out there and it'll be fun. She'll talk and she'll be sassy and and everybody's going to love her. So it'll be fun. So art is what you believe it is. And don't let anybody tell you differently, right? And if you like what you like, you like what you like. All right. I have a lot of things that I like that some people wouldn't. All right. So I'm looking at Drudge. Drudge is saying that Gates is basically going to do away with the Gates Foundation. That's right. The Gates Foundation is going away in 20 years. Right. So a lot can happen in 20 years, right? So I'm like, okay, what's this about? All right, so more globalist. We're basically seeing that we're going to go away, and of course we got lots of people seem to be going these days, and leaving the planet, like going away. So some people are unfortunately checking out, and then some people are just saying they're going to check out and do something different, like the Gates Foundation, but not for 20 years. I don't know. We've had a lot of people with the Pope's checked out. We've had, Soros. Soros, said he was going to check out the end of the year, and he's like, the Pope's out, I'm out too. I'm out too. So we're seeing a lot of people starting to check out. Now, was Soros checked out earlier, or is that just timing? Is he really still around? Like, we all have these questions, don't we? And is Bill Gates still around? So the Gates Foundation, it's going away in 20 years. So he's going to leave his $200 billion legacy, all the money that he stole from us over the years, right? And that Microsoft, what was it? All the internet. If you had, I remember in the day where you had internet programs, you never had to worry about a virus. And then Microsoft made viruses great. And not just in the online business, but they made viruses great in the outside, in our reality. So like the AI stuff, is Microsoft into AI? I don't know. We have to look at that. But it is not good. Now, I'm looking at Drudge, and it says there's triple digit heat except for California. What, in the desert? All right. So California always gets desert heat. So what are you saying? Southern California braces for scorching weekend. Experts are warning of the dangers this record-breaking heat could bring. If you're in dry heat, I've been in 140-degree dry heat in the what desert was that? It was like in the Middle East. Was in Kuwait. I think it was Kuwait, and we're training. Of course, Navy SEALs. We can do everything. It's like 140-degree heat. Let's do some shooting. Right. Let's do movement and we like take the worst environment and we train in it. So then when we actually do go to war, it's like, oh, this is easy. I remember we would train, we would do shooting movements as a platoon. half the platoon would shoot over here, the other half would shoot over there, and we'd like come together and shooting. M60, I always carry an M60, and all the other guys have pop guns. So I'm like the bop, 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 big bullets, and all the other guys ping, 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 ping. So but in the 140-degree heat, and the Army went out and trained, and their top guy that was going to like leave the next day, he had done like 20 plus years or something. He was retiring. He was like, "Oh, I'll go out for one last time." He went out and he died, heat stroke. So we're out there, we're sweating, totally soaking wet, like our t-shirts, and we take them off and we put them on the Humvees, and we take a little break, get some water, and after 15, 20 minutes, we go back and get our t-shirts, and they're bone dry. We'll put them back on, and then we go out and do some more shooting, and we get them soaking wet, and we repeat, wash and repeat, wash and repeat, wash and dry, right? So, yeah, pew, 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 pew. That's right, our Tron Master. You know what I'm talking about. So little pop guns compared to big dog 60. All right. So that's why I carry it. I was a big man, and I like to shoot a lot of bullets fast. Right. And my teams always like for me to shoot bullets fast because I could get them down range and very accurately. So it was fun. Even in the burning heat, in the jungles, we trained in the jungles. I trained in the jungles, in the deserts, in the forest, from the water. It doesn't matter to me. So, is there going to be a little bit of heat in San Diego or Southern California? I don't think it's going to be San Diego. San Diego is pretty cool with the ocean breezes and stuff. I don't think there's ever been triple digit, but they're like come over with like direct energy weapon, like, and everybody's like burns. It's like, it was like the climate change, but they're probably roasting somewhere out in the far deserts and causing this heat to come over, just like they did from Area 51, that caused all the fires that happened in LA a little while back, right? Yes, they were dumping chaff or something over Area 51, and it was coming over and affecting, causing dryness, and causing, when it wasn't dry and it wasn't hot. And then they had like these super winds that came through and just burned everything up. Amazing. Yep. Hot winds just burned it up. All right. Thank you, Drama Master. All right. So it is something that we are going to continue to see until the globalists, we'll call them globalist. And of course they have lots of other names, the cabal, the Illuminati, the deep state. There's lots of names for them, but they're all the same. They're all one and the same. And until they're basically taken out of the picture, as is happening, they're relevant. They're relevant. So that's a problem. And I have a guest on my shows. Hopefully we get him on. I'm not mentioning his name on purpose, but he has been on my show many times, and he's pretty much on the run. He's on the run, and because the globalists are after him, right? He's revealed a lot of stuff, and like we've seen with Virginia Giuffre, I think she had a deep state husband. I think they assigned her a deep state husband. He seduced her. She was like, "Oh, you like me after all the things I've been through?" And they had children together. And Australia is not supporting the investigation into her death. So Australia is another globalist empire, right? So very, very troubling to see a lot of these people, under attack, and some of them being taken out. So we have to be very careful sometimes. So some of my guests, they come from discreet places, like Juan. He only shows you his boots. Some of us have seen him. Some of us have been around him. We know what he looks like, but he's not going to like flaunt it out there. So you think Kirsten W. and Robert Steele are still alive? It's possible. Could be the ashes that we have of Kirsten W. are not her ashes, so it's possible. So we'll see going forward, guys, or not. maybe they just went undercover and they're going to stay undercover. We're never going to see them again. I don't know. Or if we see them again, they'll be like in disguise. Or it's kind of like what JFK Jr. does. He's in disguise, and yeah, Juan Saban's great. So we love him. He does put out some good information, but he's not going to flaunt his image out there. And he moves like I used to move when I was in the Middle East and stuff like that, very quietly, very, very, you don't, it's like a ghost. Right? It's like a ghost. We call him Ghost O'Savin. Ghost O'Savin. Good tea, honey buddy. Right. So I don't think we're going to see the deep state go down anytime soon. It's a process. I know a lot of people are beating up on Pam Bondi because it's not happening fast enough. I think they're all doing a great job. I think they're moving as fast as they can because there's other events that have to happen. And maybe Juan O'Savin will talk about some of these events that will give you a bigger picture of why people aren't being arrested, why you're not seeing lists yet. So I did a show yesterday and had some whining. I know. Sometimes you don't understand me, right? I said, do you want the list or you want arrest? It's like everybody's focused on list, but we've seen list and nothing happens. I don't care about lists. We know who's the problem, right? Let's just get them arrested. Let's start the rest. And we know who's okay and we know who's not, who's been naughty and who's been nice, right? And the naughty ones are going to get wrapped up if they haven't already. And that's what we need to be focused on. Not all the list, and then we bitch and moan about the list. Thank you, Stephen. Awesome. And we're not going to. Why aren't they arrested yet? We want to see lists. We want to see lists. We want to see lists. And then they release all the information that they had on JFK assassination. We know that stuff was compromised, guys. Most of the stuff that could have like pointed in certain people's directions has been burned. The people that were involved were killed, and the people that could still be impacted are long gone. They're dead. LBJ gone. LBJ knew that they were going to take JFK out and he was going to be the next president. And they're like, you're not going to do that to me, are you? And they're like, no, you're on our team. He's not. He's going to like break us into 1,000 pieces. So we have to have our boys that we trained, our 40 assassins, and the Chicago mob come down, and a group of them are going to we'll give the signal. George H.W. Bush will be out there giving the signal. We'll have somebody with an umbrella, and when they open an umbrella, who knows what they did. So they have, because all of them came in and they have a specific mission. This is the way it was when I was in SEAL teams or in the CIA, whatever. You have a specific mission of what you're focused on. Somebody else has something they're focused on, and you don't know what the other one's doing. So you have fail safes, and you won't compromise them. Let's say you get compromised. The bad guys wrap you up, and they're like questioning you, torturing you, whatever. And who else is out there? I don't know, and I don't know who else is out there. That's why they do that, guys. Right? So I remember when I went to prisoner of war camp training, and they were asking me who else has because they were like, I was on a waterboard, and I broke it. They didn't crack me. They're like, who else has the who's the head of the like people that want to escape, the escape team, whatever. I don't know what it was. It's like back when I was like 21. It's like that's a long time ago. It's like 40, almost 44 years ago. So they're like, who's in charge? And I didn't know. I really didn't know. So they're like waterboarding me, like pouring the water. And once they stopped pouring, I would go and clear a little. They had a rag over my face, and they'd clear a little bit of the water out just briefly. And I'd suck in. I'd get a little water, but I had leaky regulators. I knew that I could breathe around that stuff, So, and then I hold my breath and they pour water, and we just keep repeating the process. And then they whisper in my ear, "You better start screaming. We're going to make this really bad." So I started screaming, and everybody else that was eating, I wanted to eat. And so they picked a time where everyone's eating. I'm a Navy SEAL. I have to have calories, right? I burn calories. And back in those days, I'd sit around and I burn 10,000 calories just sitting around. So my body was on fire, So everybody else was eating, and they put me on the water board while everybody's eating, watching. I was like their movie. They're, watching a movie while I'm getting tortured. So yeah, that's why people are not knowing all the stuff. And so Pam Bondi may not know everything, right? She has her little piece of the pie. And then all the other people that are involved in other projects or other things, they have their little piece of the pie. They don't know the whole thing, but they know that it's not time yet. That's all they get. That's all they get. So what else is going on out there? Probably something going on in Colorado. I'm just guessing, but maybe 107 can give us a little bit more insight on that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. So I'm just speculating. I just look at things and go, things that make you go, right? That's what I'm good at. That's why you guys watch me, because I'm like revealing, but I'm not, right? They're like, "Mike, how do you know this stuff? You're like pretty accurate." I'm like, I know some stuff, but no one telling me. So I'm compartmentalized. I'm in my own little world, but I have a pretty good background. I know things, so I can look at stuff and it's like, they're putting out disinformation on that, yeah, or they're leaking a little bit of information. And Trump says, yeah, he who owns the gold controls the world. And so does the Vatican still have all that gold? It shipped back to the United States. So we've heard that it's come back to the United States. So remember when Trump did the world tour and he went to the Vatican, and Pope Francis didn't seem too happy, right? And Melania and Lara Trump were wearing like funeral garb. Like what? So was there a funeral back then? I don't know. So you know how Joe Biden showed up and went to, he went to a funeral ceremony on his inauguration. So the Tomb of the Unknown Soldiers, he showed up there in Arlington Cemetery, and they did a 21 gun salute over there, and it was with the ragtag group, and it was only with 3 cannon. President Trump leaves, and he gets the old guard precision with 4 cannon. They actually had a malfunction on one of the cannon, and without missing a beat, the other cannon took over, kept firing until the other one got back online. And if you didn't have a trained ear, you hadn't fired millions of rounds through M60s and had cannon going off and shot RPGs like I have, and had people, try and blow you up with mortar rounds. Right? So I would be so good with the mortar rounds. I could hear them going out the tube in the distance, and I'd be like, "We're okay." And they'd land in the distance, or they'd land kind of close, but it was like, "We're okay." And then I would hear one. I was like, "Run, get inside the brick building." And so we'd run downstairs, and it'd go boom, boom, boom. And then I was like, "Okay, go." And we run back up, and we like shoot at them. They were like shooting RPGs and all that kind of stuff at us, and we'd shoot back at them so they would stop shooting at us. So yeah, I've been around. I know this stuff. So I have an ear, I have an eye that I can see things, and I have intuition. I can look at, I remote view. It's like, I got all this stuff. I'm like coming at them from all different directions. But I tell you, the AI, I got to work on that one. That AI is working me, right? So it's a whole different ball game, in the AI. But I feel confident. I feel confident. I've always come across and won. So we'll see. We'll see going forward. It'll be interesting. Cannonballs. That's a really good one. So I got to put Cannonballs quote up there. What a great name. Cannonballs. It's just talking about cannons, blowing stuff up. He who controls the weather controls the world, LBJ. And of course, LBJ was a part of the deep state. He who controls the weather, that's pretty out there in that back then, wasn't it? But we're seeing the events now that are happening. We've seen those hurricanes that came in. I warned everybody about last year. So is there going to be more this year? Yeah, it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be as bad this year. So that's a good sign. You know what? Another good sign is that I'm on YouTube. Yay. So things are changing and I'm monetized. They never let me monetize before because your content is too bad. Right. And so now I came back and thanks to all of you, I increased by over 5,000 over the last 21, almost 30 days, I guess 28 days that I've been back on YouTube. So you guys are coming back. That's good. So that means more people getting the word, more people becoming informed, more people are sharing. So thank you. On Rumble, I looked at it and I had 4,000, over 4,000 new followers, and my numbers stayed 120,000 for the month. I was like, wow, that's interesting. But here on YouTube, I get 5,000 new subscribers, and I have 5,000 new subscribers. Wow, it's amazing how that works. Yeah? So it is good. Thank you. Yes, it is nice. It is nice to have that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I gotta win this race. Lemonade, cool, refreshing drink. So my Elvis impression. That's it. That's all I got. I have a friend that can actually sing Elvis. Wow. And you've probably seen him on some shows I've done before. All right. Raphael might be his name, might not be, but so Raphael Conquista, and he sings Elvis that'll make you cry. He's really good. He sang it for my birthday one time. It was really nice. So now people ask me, could he sing for my birthday? I don't know. Maybe if you could get a hold of him, but I don't know how you get a hold of him because he's like a secret guy like me. So, but I'm out here, and he comes on like once a week, every Wednesday at 3. He's a good man, and it is. You guys are chatty, little chatties. This is flying through pretty good. Yes, Janet, Elvis Presley, Raphael, good job. So the heat index. Boy, I went off on a tangent there, didn't I? So is California going to get hot? Are they going to make it hot? I think we're in a cooling period, but they could make it hot in certain areas. Southern California residents living in and around the Inland Empire. So that's where the desert area is. And should be extra cautious about going outside during the hottest parts of the day. Now, last year we found out that they were calling it the hottest year ever in history, forever, as long as the Earth has always been here. It was the hottest day. Yes, they lie about everything, and some people fall for it. So where were they taking these? We found out. Where were they taking these temperature readings? Next to ACs in cities, where there's all this concrete and asphalt, and they took it right next to an air conditioning unit. All right. Wow, that's amazing, because the heat in a city is always like 10 to 20 degrees warmer. You ever go through a city? I have, and it's usually warmer than the surrounding country. Lots warmer, right? 10 to 20 degrees, sometimes warmer, depending on time of year, whatever. So it is an anomaly that they can come up with much warmer temperatures in a city than are normal, and then they say it's the hottest year in history. And of course, we're actually at this point, according to Al Gore, inconvenient truth lie, we're supposed to have no more. There's not supposed to be any polar ice caps, and there's not supposed to be any more snow. So we had lots of snow. We're still having snow. We just had some snow, yes, in May. We're almost into summer. But we're still having snow in the Rockies, and the Sierras are going to get another round of snow, I think, pretty soon. So it's still snowing, Al Gore, inconvenient liar, right? And there are actually increasing levels over the last several years, since I think 2001, of polar ice caps. Imagine that. Imagine that, if you will. Because a lot of you can't imagine that because you listen to the deep state media and they control your consciousness. That's sad. But if you listen to my show, I will help you. I will help you, right? And more of you are doing it again. All right. So deep blue state forces female inmate, so this is Washington State, of course, to share a cell with a violent 6'4" trainee convicted of sexual assault. Wow. That could possibly not end well for her, right? But this is the crazy unreality world that leftists live in, that they want to make everyone the same. So a 6'4" biological male who's known to be violent and a sexual predator is in the same cell as a female. Wow. Well, did he do something for them and they're rewarding him? Like what? What is going on in Washington State? Wow. Anybody here from Washington State? Maybe you guys can like speak out a little bit. Think. I don't know. I don't think so, because for some reason you keep putting people in power that are quite bad, right? So the summary list, Williams infraction report, the seriousness of the allegation, the outcome of the hearing, addressing the allegations of any serious sanctions. Wow, it's just like legal speak, right? Come on, just tell us what he did. Is convicted of first-degree assault and has earned a release date of 2038. So he's only have to be there a little bit longer. All right, but they gave him a nice cellmate that he can play with. All right. So I'm sure that's going to end quite well. All right. So we're seeing, people in the Trump administration doing their best to speak out, because, I'm not going to beat this dead horse about the judicial system being corrupt and it has to be, the corrupt judicial system has to be removed. So, and as long as it stays there, we're going to see stuff like this. And we're going to see these people come after us as well. So male prisoners will not be allowed into women's prisons. This is what the Trump administration is trying to do. That is obviously insane, cruel, and unacceptable. This administration will not allow that. So how do we overcome this corrupt judicial system? We point these things out. And then you guys go, bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. And then you go, Senator, make this right. And the senator goes, I will do that. And then they go and do nothing. And then you say, all right, Senator, we will impeach you if you do not make this right. And the senator goes, okay, I will do something. And they do nothing. And you do nothing too, right? So you have to impeach these bastardos that are corrupt. So obviously he's going to pay off. He's getting a payoff to do nothing. And the prison, I don't know, the person in charge of the prison, the warden, maybe the sheriff of the town, and because the sheriff of the town is probably not constitutional. And then you have a governor, the governors of all of the leftist coast of the United States don't play well with others. They have an agenda and they're paid well, because Gavin Newsom has a multi-million-dollar home and he doesn't earn that much. So these people are paid, and they're paid handsomely. These judges are paid. They're paid handsomely. I think this may get exposed soon. Some of these people are taking payoffs because they have their own judicial system that's dark, the dark judicial system, if we want to call it that. And that's pretty much what it is. So in the dark judicial system, the globalist deep state judicial system, they have their rules that are for them. And then for us, they have our roles, which they will manipulate and come after us with our roles. That's right. They will manipulate them and make them come not work for us. Right. So like we have a law from 1753 where if you walk backwards on the boardwalk, well, there's no boardwalks anymore. Well, we'll just say they're sidewalks. But if you walk backwards, but someone was punching me and pushing me, yeah, but you walk backwards. So you're going to get 30 years, right? So they have like ridiculousness they come out with, guys. And, you know, they came after Trump with all this stuff. Trump was able to fluff it off, because these fluffy creatures out there, these judges that get lots of money, Trump knows about that. He knows about that. He's coming after that, and I think they're going to pay a lot of. They're going to pay all that money back. All those tens of millions of dollars they've gotten from the deep state, they got to pay that back. They're going to be fined. They're going to be put in prison, and just like that one judge just recently, that the ICE, where was she at? Wisconsin, I think. A Wisconsin bad judge told the ICE guys that were there to pick up a guy that was a legal alien that had basically bashed this one couple 30 times because they said, please, because you're like, you know, turn the music down. This is a nice neighborhood until you showed up. They didn't say that, of course, but I'm say that. I could say that. And so this guy's bashed him like 30 times, punched him, boom, 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 30 times. He and his wife put him in the hospital. And this judge, they were here to, after this judge, they figured this judge was probably going to convict this guy because the evidence was there. And so she goes out and chastises at a very vocally the ICE agents and told them to go and meet with the head judge, and you'll go into this room. So she put him in a room and saying that the head judge of her jurisdiction was going to come and speak with him. In the meantime, she had been kind of hiding that illegal alien that did the bashing, and she escorted that illegal alien into her elevator, and he was able to leave the building. And so this couple that had been bashed never got justice. So she got arrested. She got arrested. How many more are like that? And what was her payoff for doing that? This is what we need to start looking at. What is the payoff these judges are receiving? And that is going to be their downfall. When we find that illicit payoff system and these judges that are getting paid, because imagine that you were out shopping and you had spoken out during, you know, those COVID lockdown timeframes, and you had someone felt that you had insulted them at a store because you're like, I'm not going to wear a mask. And so they called the cops on you. And so they're following up like Virginia Giuffre. So they followed up. They took her out. Right. So they're coming to follow up on you, and not saying that you did that, but let's say that you did. All of you out there are watching me, all of you. All right. You did this. Some of you did. That's why I'm saying this. So imagine that they come for you and they're like, okay, you're going to go before the court. And you're like, I didn't do anything. And you're like, and they say, well, we had emergency health, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, I don't abide by that. That's not part of, I didn't vote for that. And blah, 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 blah. It goes back and forth. And you're like, no, you have to come. And then you make the mistake of going. Right? So now you're in their jurisdiction and they have, and why are they coming after you? Because somebody put out a little, you know, thing out there. They're like, they're going to pay whoever takes this case, we're going to give you $1 million if you convict. So you show up and you get convicted. Yeah. And you're like, how the hell could they do that? Well, because they're playing on their system, and their system says they get $1 million to put you behind bars. So you go behind bars and they get $1 million, and they're like, wow, that's the way this works. You like that? You like that? That's the way their justice system works, guys. All right. So we're gonna find this out. We already know this, some of us, and we've been pointing this out for quite some time. And it's going to become very obvious. Now, Stephen Miller, Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy and Homeland Security Advisor, recently stated the Trump administration is committed to protecting female inmates by keeping males out of female prisons. So is President Trump going to sign an executive order? Now, because he is federal, it has to be some kind of federal penitentiary. Now, if it's a state penitentiary, the state has control. Just like J6ers, when Trump did the federal proclamation that J6ers would be released, some of those J6ers stayed a while longer because they were in state institutions. So this held things up. Eventually, I think most of those are done. What I would like to do is have one of those J6ers that I went to her trial, and fortunately, because of President Trump, she never had to go to jail. So she's very happy. So we're going to try and have her on again because somebody said, why aren't you having J6 prisoners on to talk after they get released? Is it real? Did they really get released? Yeah. I know some of you guys like go off on conspiracy theories that don't make sense. But if to put that to rest, we're going to have one of those J6ers come on and speak about what's going on. There's still problems. But most of them have been resolved. But just like because there's still problems, there's still going to be prisoners that are going to be put in men that claim they're women in Washington State and the leftist states and wherever they're at, New York, Illinois, wherever they're at, Aspen, Colorado, right? Wherever they're at, will still Denver, whatever, will still do bad. And until we come after them. So until we come after them, they're going to continue to do evil, guys. So we, the people, have to get involved. So free Tina Peters, absolutely. Colorado. Speaking of Colorado, speaking of wine of Haven. So that's right. Cannonballs, you got some cojones. You're putting it out there. Very good. Keep it up, right? No pun intended. So in Rome, more of the same. We'll see. Did we see something different, or are we going to wake up to a worse reality where someone claimed it's like 7 times eviler, right? It's eviler. He's eviler, right? It could be. And I'm not saying that it's not. I don't know. I don't know this guy, but knowing the deep state, knowing the globalist, they're going to try and do the best they can. Uncle Beefy, I got some man names going on in here. That's good. Can you have Derek Johnson on sometime? Yeah, I've had Derek Johnson over on the Rumble channel because I didn't have a YouTube channel for a long time. He's done a lot of shows with me, but we'll get him on here on YouTube, of course, because YouTube is growing. Rumble is not. So it's pretty easy to see that I'm going to be doing a lot more YouTube, but I will do Rumble shows, and I have been doing Rumble shows. And I take some of these shows and put them on Rumble, and I take some of the Rumble shows and put them on YouTube. So it is doing what it's doing. All right. So did you see where the dirt on Tillis was made public on X today? He might be going down for mortgage fraud now. I did not see that, but that's interesting. So the mortgage fraud stuff is pretty. That's one of their downfalls. We found that out. I've had a guest on that's talked about that, Sean Taylor. Hopefully we get Sean Taylor back on to talk. He's been doing some amazing things. That's all I can say. But we'll see how that works going forward. So I don't know. We'll just EMT. I don't know what you got going on there, but we're just going to delete that for now. All right. It's a little silly. We don't need that. Put some good comments in there. If you got to keep doing that, maybe you're a trolley, right? All right, so Q drop 44577 gave us the Diddy list. You can Google it. All right, Q, what is it? Let's just put that up. Q drop 4. Q drop 4. I have to look at it again. 4577. 45. Let's see. Intel drop. Q alerts 4577. All right. Yeah, I remember seeing this. Let me just. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble presenting that. So just go look at that, guys. I'm gonna post that right here. But it has a lot of people in there. Sometimes on YouTube they don't like it when you call people out. So we don't have the evidence of all these people. Some of these people could have gone to parties and they're like just they don't know that's some evil shit going on there. Some people like there's people that went to Epstein Island and they went to a portion of the island that was for normies, and then had a portion of the island that was for baddies, and uh, and then they would kind of tell the normies, if you want to come over here and have some real fun, you can come over here and party with us. And so a lot of people are like, that doesn't sound right. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm good over here. And in fact, when's the next flight out of here? So you might be seeing some people on there. Now I'm looking at the list. I'm like, yeah. Of course, that guy. I don't know about that. But this guy, yep. So you look at the list and you're like, oh yeah. I would invite you to go over. That's a good list. That's a good starter list. So we've seen a lot of this stuff already. It's been revealed in a lot of different places. But is this a list of someone doesn't like some of these people? And they put a little truth out there, and then they put people in they like to see go down, but they're not bad. I don't know. It could be something like that, guys. So don't go off when you see these lists. Even when we see the other lists that are going to come out, Pam Bondi is saying the list they're going through a lot of stuff, a lot of videos that show children involvement, and that's with the Epstein and also with P. Diddy. I don't know. So you can't, put some of the stuff out there and then people see the people that are involved that are being abused. You have to be respectful, and you have to be careful that they don't get exposed. So there is that takes time. And you might have like one person that's involved with one person, not in a good way, and then they go over and they get involved with somebody else. So they have to make the correlation. So they can't just boom and reveal this one person, he did this, and that, and then you find out later they did this, because you want to get them for as much as you can. Because you get them for one charge, but if you get them for like 10, they're going away. They're going away. And of course, President Trump has said that if you do certain things to children, then you go bye-bye. You get executed. So there is that potential for some of these people. But for some of these people, they may have just come in like in the back door and just like, hey, oh, whoa, yeah, I'm out. I'm out of the back door again. I'm out of here. So you can't really, convict them, right? Just because, and maybe they were there watching and saw some of this, and you're like, well, because they were involved, they saw, they should have spoken up. That's tough too, guys. Because if you speak out, you know what happens. You get suicided. So this has been a problem for a long time. And I remember I heard from people for a long time. Once CIA, always CIA. It's like, you don't even know what I saw and did, right? And if you speak out, I mean, it's been hard enough on my life for speaking out the way I have. So this has been a slow reveal, right? It's like he got away with that. I'm doing that too. Then he's still alive. I'm okay. I guess I can do it too. So that's the way this works. I'm not gonna jump in front of a speeding train to I'm going to jump in the speeding train. Hey, this stuff happened. Bam, and I'm gone. That's stupid. That's bullshit. Why wouldn't I reveal a little at a time when it's safe to do so, and it's safe for my family, and it's safe for my friends? If I reveal some of the stuff that I'm revealing now, if I'd revealed it like 4 or 5 years ago, there'd be a lot of dead people, right? Lots. So it's easy for you guys on the one side, like you should be revealing everything. There's NDAs and they could come after you for that. So the stuff that I know that is top secret and above, that is, being used by other people to take out bad guys, I'm not going to reveal that stuff. But the stuff that I saw that doesn't relate to the stuff that I was involved in, and I see it peripherally, and I know it's bad, I'm revealing. Slowly but surely, it's coming out. So that's the way this works. So yeah, that's right. What Callan said, right? Sport Mike, it's been harder than you know, and most of you will never know how hard it's been, right? You don't know the damage that has been done. So yeah, David Gray, you're impressed with Bondi. I think everybody should be, until proven otherwise. Now, some people have they want this stuff fast tracked. They want everything they want. They want it now, like a child, right? That's child thinking. Some of the stuff, like I've been telling you guys, has to be worked in, because people could die, people could be affected. So Pam Bondi reveals somebody, and they're going to know how they got information. They're going to know who gave them that information, and then that person is going to be assassinated by the deep state, right? So they have to take all of that stuff into consideration. It's heavy. It's a heavy weight, guys. So don't prejudge, right? All right. So I know a lot of you guys don't, and I think as we move forward, you're going to see a lot of this stuff, work out the way it's supposed to, slowly but surely, and slowly but surely. Shirley Temple was involved in a lot and saw a lot of crazy stuff. On the good ship Lollipop, she was like dancing around, and all the grown men are like watching her, they're all adoring her. Where has that ever happened? It was in our face. Oh, it's been in our face for a long time, guys. She didn't talk, so she was rewarded, right? She got a ambassadorship to Greece or something. So, and she was made like the dame of the Knights Templar or something. It's like, yeah, she didn't tell. She was kissed and she didn't tell, right? And you can use your imagination probably what other things happen. So that's the way a lot of this stuff is. If you see stuff and you talk, you go bye-bye in their realm. So you can't judge these people. And I know it's tough. Everybody wants what they want. They want it now. But this is going to be a reveal when the time is right. And the time is coming. The time is building. There are events that are happening all over the place where we're seeing this takedown of the system. This globalist system is being destroyed in many different ways. So Trump, with his tariffs, basically taking out a lot of stuff. We don't know the bigger picture yet, but these tariffs are, bringing lots of companies, and I guess Ford is bringing back 3 or 4. They're probably in Mexico and Canada, where they build cars. They're bringing them back to America because of the tariffs. They leave them in Canada. They leave them in Canada, and they leave them in Mexico. They're going to get tariffed to the point where they won't make a profit. So they're going to bring it back to America, and they're going to make a lot of money, and they're going to put a lot of people to work, and that's the way things are going to work. So tariffs, you watch the deep state shows, Market Watch and all those, and they're like, tariffs are bad. And because you guys are paid to say that. You guys are paid to say that. And you probably, if you really looked at the bigger picture of that, you know that it's working right. And then we've had people that have come on that are starting to reveal that. I saw a show today, I think it was on Market Watch, where we had a really good person come on and reveal. And I think it was Ted Cruz, actually. Yeah, it was Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz was talking about how this is going to bring jobs back. It's going to be great for America. And the announcer was like, and I'd heard him say the tariffs were bad before, but now Ted Cruz was on there talking on Market Watch. And they're like, I could see how that could work. I could see how that'd be bad. It's like, whoa, wow. So we're seeing the change. Mike is on YouTube. Ted Cruz is on Market Watch talking about tariffs, and they're saying, yeah, that could work. Whereas before they've been hammering Trump, right? So things are changing. Things are moving in the right direction. You have to give it time. You have to let it, you have to look at the bigger picture of all of these things combined. And man, some of the people that were involved that are on that list, that Q alerts list, 4577. Q alerts 4577. That was a good one. That was a good reel. Thank you for who did that. And there's a lot more. There's a lot more that's going to be revealed. Is that accurate? We will see. All right. Just because it says Q doesn't mean it's not disinformation or it's somebody hijacked you. I don't know. We haven't seen a lot of Q in a while because Q, I guess they did their work. They did what they needed to do. They revealed what they needed to do. And now things are happening for real. Right? All right, guys. That's all I got for now. I'm going to go down and eat some hamburgers. I don't know, maybe some sausages off the grill. And some French fries. Some very yummy fries. Some like potato fries and some sweet potato fries. You ever get those sweet potato? I like the sweet potato fries. I like all fries, but they're baked and they're seasoned yummily. Yep, that's a new word. I made it. Yummily. All right, guys. Lots of love. Stay in the love vibration. That's how we win. I know it's tough. I'm looking at the numbers of people watching right now. 777. All right. That's good. Good number. I wish it was 7,777. If I'd still have my YouTube channel, it'd probably be like 17,777. But hey, we take what we can get, right? It's been a long war, and we're winning. We're coming back, and we're coming back stronger. You guys that have been in this fight, and you've been low key, you can start being more prominent now. All right. Lots of love, and I'll see you guys next time.